As Macbeth's speech continues, his conscience begins to show its head and nudge his unquestionable ambition aside. He lists clear reasons why he shouldn't kill Duncan, who is at Macbeth's castle in double trust. Macbeth is not only his blood relative, kinsman, but also, under his rule, his subject, and therefore he should show loyalty to him. Even worse, Macbeth is his host, and should against his murderer shut the door. This is powerful emotive imagery from Macbeth, indicating a squashed impulse to protect and be loyal to his king. The imagery becomes even more powerful in the personification of Duncan's goodness, his virtues pleading like angels, trumpet tongues, against the deep damnation of his taking off. This is Macbeth's imagination at its finest, most vivid, raising Duncan categorically to heaven through the simile like angels, and the act of murder right down to hell, deep damnation. It is Shakespeare and Macbeth at his most poetic, his most intense. The intensity continues with Macbeth reflecting on how Scotland will be devastated by such an act. Pity, like a naked newborn babe, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye. The tears shall drown the winds. The slaughter of Duncan will affect every person, every eye, resulting in a grief-fueled human annihilation of the natural elements, in this case the winds. The link between the personified pity and yet again, by making pity seem human-like, Shakespeare is intensifying its impact, and innocently newborn babies stresses the appalling effect of Duncan's death will have on Scotland's people, and by extension the terrible evil of the one who has caused it. But the potential for Macbeth to be dominated and overruled by his wife that was seen in Act 1, Scene 5 returns fatally at this point. Lady Macbeth enters, and the abruptness of her opening lines indicates firmly who wears the trousers in this relationship. She snaps, "Duncan is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?" Macbeth then makes a desperate, last-ditch attempt to wriggle out of the tentative arrangements. "We will proceed no further in this business," but is quickly overpowered by the spiteful and shameless battery from his wife. You can almost imagine Macbeth with his body between his knees as his wife bombards him with a series of hard-hitting rhetorical questions, including, "Art thou afeard to be the same in thine act and valour as thou art in desire?" This shows an understanding of Macbeth's character that the audience share. That Macbeth does want to be king, does have ambition, but on his own does not have the strength of character to commit murder, to fill the king's place. The scene ends with Macbeth succumbing to his wife's words, and it is at this point that whatever youth he still has remaining metaphorically seeps from his face and his existence. However, he still recognises that what he is doing is evil. It's a terrible feat, and the audience, tempted away gratefully from their office and school stalls, have seen enough to suspect that there will be catastrophic consequences in the future for the pair of them. Nothing will sever the chain that is around them now.